Fulham 2, Chelsea 1, and the worst part is they deserved every little point of they got. All 3 points they deserve. Graham Potter has 6 points in the last 27 games. That's a 9-game span where we've won 1 game and drawn 3. Let that sink in for you quickly. We are not a good side. I have accepted that. But we're a side that can't even beat teams in and around us anymore. If you're in the top 10, forget it. Chelsea aren't beating you. This is humiliating and something needs to change. And I'm telling you now, sacking Graham Potter would be the right decision if it wouldn't have cost as much as it's going to cost. But at the same time, how can we keep going this way? And one more thing. While Felix shows us everything we want to see, and guess what? We have to wait 3 Premier League games before we see it again. Because Graham Potter plays him and all of a sudden Joao Felix repays him with a red card. Absolute madness. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys, and today's video is Chatting Breeze. We talk about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really have much good apart from Joao Felix to talk about. So I'm gonna get into the good at the very end. So if you guys want to hear some positivity, go to the end, because Chukwuemeka is going to get spoken about, a little bit of Kai Havertz here and there linking up with Joao, but everything else is pure negative. We're fusing the bad and the ugly today together, because I can't distinguish between what was bad and what was ugly, like downright ugly. I can't. So let's get into that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, support the channel as much as you guys can. You know the drill. I don't really care about that tonight. Let's talk about what went wrong. Alright, with the ugly. Alright, so Chelsea lose 2-1 and Willian scores, Vinicius scores, and that's not the full tale of the story, because I can't say we lost to a deflected goal, then we went down to 10 men, then we lost the game, because it's not a real representation of what we're seeing here. It's really not. The fair representation is that Fulham matched us pound for pound this whole game. Fulham were just as good as Chelsea consistently, and the worrying thing is this is not a coincidence. This is a normal occurrence these days. Chelsea versus any other team in the top 10, and it's a battle. It's a scrap. No matter who we add, and it is bad. So let's talk about it. Number 1, Trevor Chalobah for that final goal, for the winner. What do you do? Like, on a level, I understand Trevor Chalobah hasn't let us down often, so I don't want to get at Trevor Chalobah. I really don't. I really like him. Big bro is sitting in the Fulham dugout. He got onto the pitch. Is this how you treat your brother? Is this how you show your brother you have developed and played for Chelsea? Essentially, Nathaniel might as well just tell him, listen, I'm big man, I'm at the bigger club. What are you doing? The goal that Vinicius scored. Vinicius is in between him and Thiago Silva. Mark your man, it's one guy and there's 5 of you. How is Trevor Chalobah letting him go out of sight? Kepa Arrizabalaga, big man, what is wrong with you? Like, realistically speaking, I'm so, like, confused. He has good games, and then he switches back to who he is. And this is why I've always maintained the thought, we need another keeper. And if anything, bring Mendy back in goal, because Mendy is not as bad as him. No matter how many stops, no matter how many saves Kepa makes, this is in Kepa's DNA. This is who Kepa is, and this is who Kepa will be forever. It is pathetic from Kepa Arrizabalaga. He comes for it, and then he's in no man's land, and Vinicius headers it in into an empty net. And the thing is, if Kepa doesn't come for it and stays on his line, yes, Vinicius most probably headers it, but Kepa's in a better position to save it. If you're coming, you need to grab it. And then to make matters even more worse, the first goal that Willian scores. As if Willian scoring goals against us isn't bad enough. But Willian gets the ball, cuts in, it deflects outside and comes back in. Bad luck. Absolute bad luck. We are absolutely muddied. This is pathetic. We went 1 down and it was horrible to watch after that. It was absolutely horrible to watch. Hall made the mistake for the first goal. Why are you trying to play out the back? Why are you doing that in that position? He gets caught. I'm not going to be too tough on him. He's a kid. I always say play the kids. And if they make mistakes, we'll live with it. And you know what? In this case, I'm living with it. Hall's mistake, I can live with. Because Hall had a good game. Other than that mistake, Hall was one of our better players today. And this is a normal recurrence for me to say that Hall's one of our better players. And I'm not saying he's been world class. I'm just saying he's done the bare minimum of what you expect of a Premier League footballer. And that's what frustrates me here. Because if you start looking at the all-round performances, and let's go through. Kovacic, I don't know what is going on with Mateo Kovacic, but Kovacic can't complete a 5-yard pass. He can't dribble. He can't slow the ball. He looks lethargic. He looks overweight to me. His legs look heavy to me. He looks like he can't maneuver around the pitch anymore. He looks injured to me. I think we need to get some midfielders. Maybe I genuinely believe we need to get some midfielders into this team. Because at the moment, this is embarrassing. We are getting overrun in the midfield consistently. And then to make matters worse, and this was the pivotal decision, Joao Felix's red card is epitomizing Chelsea's luck at the moment. Because Joao Felix loses the ball and in haste to get it back, he lunges and goes OTT over the top of the ball into the defender. Minimal contact. The problem is Joao, you cannot go studs up like this. You have come from Spain. And in Spain, that's a red. In England, that's a red. In Portugal, that's a red. In France, that's a red. No matter what league you play, at my local Sunday league team, that's most probably a red. You cannot dive into challenges. And now he's out for the next 3 games and he's out for the next 30 days. That sucks. And literally, as if we didn't have enough problems, now we got another one on our hand when Joao looked very good today. And you need to talk about Koulibaly when we're talking about this, by the way. Koulibaly and Mount. I need to talk about these two because I don't want to talk about Azpilicueta. What is there for me to say about Azpilicueta that I haven't said in a book? Koulibaly needs to improve now, or Koulibaly needs to leave the club in the summer. Because today's performance from Kalidou Koulibaly was beyond pathetic. It was one of a youth team player coming into the side. The first half, he was bullied. Absolutely bullied. He was taken for a joyride. He was picked on. And to make matters worse, and this is the worst part of it all, he didn't even grow into the game. It's not like, oh, this is a bad 10 minutes. But this was a bad game altogether. Him, Trevor, Aspi, Hall in the first half defensively, very, very poor. You look at Mount. Mount's lack of ability to pass the ball first time or pass the ball forward is killing Chelsea. Chelsea looked decent in the first half. Chelsea looked okay. The issues with Chelsea was the lack of passing forward. Zakaria can't pass forward, Kovacic can't pass forward, and Mount refuses to pass the ball forward. There's players making runs in behind and he refuses to release the ball. And this is going to cost Chelsea in the long run. And we need to absolutely stop playing this guy over and over and over again because he is a liability if I've ever seen one. Mount's lack of ability to pass the ball in open play forward when there's an opportunity for him not to score is unreal. He will opt to pass the ball sideways to Aspi because he wants to get in the box and he wants to score. I guarantee that guy always thinks, how can I score? Absolutely disgusting player. I need him to leave in the summer. I have had enough of Mason Mount. This guy's lack of ability on the ball absolutely kills me. Like, I can't watch him anymore. He has broken me down officially. But like I promised, I think there's some positives to talk about. There are some positives, and the positives are Joao Felix is a baller. Joao Felix, in literally 45 minutes, 50 minutes, showed me that we can have nice things. We can have players that actually take the ball on, take a man on, link up play, take shots first time, ensure that their ability is here to stay. This kid is uber talented and I need him to absolutely get back into the team ASAP. He is an unbelievable talent. And what I loved more than anything is he was linking up with Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz looked better. I think Kai's problem is, Kai is so low on confidence at the moment. You can see it with loose touches. He's overthinking. And Kai needs 1 or 2 goals. And all of a sudden, a couple players with quality around him. And you see what the link up between him and Joao. Flicks, tricks, passing the ball. We are going to smash some teams when those two click and we get a target man in front of them. Honestly, I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't. Like, Those two look good. Mount absolutely carried the whole game. People are going to say, oh, you know what? We scored the one goal because of Mount. He took a shot, it hit the post, hit Koulibaly and went in. I'm sorry, that's not an assist. I don't even want to hear it. Zacharia's athleticism is out of the midfield. His ability to win the ball back is out of the midfield now because he's injured. We don't know how long he's going to be injured. He's always had knee problems and it looks like he re-injured his knee again. Just as soon as this player has come into our team and absolutely shown us something, now he's injured again. We need to go get another midfielder. We need to go and get someone to play in that midfield because at this moment in time, we are lacking in there. Carney Chukwuemeka needs to play. This kid needs to play more minutes. He is one of the best players we have on receiving the ball in tight areas and spreading it forward. Kai Havertz almost scored because Carney Chukwuemeka was brave and passed the ball forward. Honestly, Chelsea are making me so down about football recently. I don't know what's going to happen, guys, but he might need to get the sack. I can't lie to you. This was the Kavkas View. I'm really down. We'll most probably talk again tomorrow when I'm a lot more calm. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.